Did you know that most people qualify for small business credit cards even if they think they don't have a real small business? I'm going to go into all the details, not only on how you qualify, but also step by step how to apply for a business credit card. I think this is really going to help my viewers who are coming here after watching my Southwest Companion Pass video. So without further ado, let's get started. So you heard right. Many people have some sort of small side hustle, whether it is selling vegetables that they grow in their garden, on the side of the road, or at a farmer's market. Maybe you walk the neighbor's dog, cut some grass, resell things on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. The list of gigs, side hustles, or jobs that would qualify you for a small business credit card is longer than I can even go over here. So I want to prepare you for what it would be like for you to actually apply for this card using your name and your social security number. And for those of you who are watching that have a legitimate business, one that you filed with the state, and you have an EIN number, this information still applies to you too. However, you're going to use your business name and your EIN number. Oh, and one more thing, if you haven't already dropped a like, please hit that little like button and give me a thumbs up. I'm going to go over some somewhat, like dry, boring information, but I think it's going to be really valuable, so I'd appreciate the thumbs up. Thanks. Okay, let's dive into the application page. I mentioned before that I did a video last week on how you can earn the Southwest Companion Pass. It's a travel perk where you can fly for free with you and a partner using points, miles, up to 24 months worth of free flights. So it's an incredible perk. Please go check out that video after watching this one. I'll leave a link down below in the description. But when you click the links from that video, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and you can choose any of Southwest Rapid Rewards credit cards. Now, specifically, we're going to focus on the business credit card because two reasons. Number one, business credit cards, when you pay them off in full and on time and you stay in good standing with the bank, they actually don't show up on your personal credit report. Now, however, when you apply, they will still do a hard credit pull, like a hard inquiry. So you're going to see that show up on your personal report, but the line of credit does not. And that could be valuable for a number of reasons where you're kind of separating the personal and the business. But for the sake of this video, what we're going to do is we are going to click on the Performance Business Credit Card. And that is going to be because it has the largest sign-up bonus. Right now, that's at 80,000 bonus points. If you're watching this in the future, it can fluctuate as low as 30 or 40 sometimes, maybe 60, and the occasional 100,000. So you just got to kind of catch it at the right time of year. Now, almost all of these cards, now not all business cards, but almost all of these cards are going to have some sort of annual fee. So you just have to weigh the pros and the cons to see if the perks that you're getting, the benefits that you're getting outweigh that annual fee. In my opinion, this card does 10 times over. It's one that we keep year round. It's not one that we just like get and cancel. So let's go ahead and click here to apply. And you're going to notice that these business credit card applications, they change every once in a while. I did a video like this over a year ago, and the application itself has kind of been reorganized. Yes, it's a lot of the same information, but I think it's going to be helpful to have somebody walk you through it. Okay, up first, the number one challenge that people have is their business name, like your business information. People think like, I don't have a business. Well, you are a business. You are specifically a sole proprietor. When you earn money, non-W-2 money, using your social security number. Think of like gig work, Uber driving, independent contractors. You've heard that phrase before. So what we're going to put down for the legal business name is actually just your first and last name. And I do want you to put that on the card as well. I know some of you are going to have questions. Well, it's called like, Brad's dog walking. Can I put Brad's dog walking? The answer is maybe you can sometimes, but again, let's not get into that. If you are just a sole proprietor, you haven't filed with your state to have this business and this EIN number, just put your name in both spots. It's gonna look cleaner and match better that way. Go ahead and check no here for if you are doing business as another name. Again, you would know if you are going to be doing business as another name, that's something you would have already taken care of. Then we move on to the business mailing address. And I'm thinking of some of my folks out in California that sometimes they have issues with like mailboxes, or everybody has like a PO box. And unfortunately, Chase, the banks, American Express, whoever you're going through, they want your actual like home mailing address. So what I want you to put here is the home mailing address. And if you're concerned like the card's going to get stolen out of the mailbox, or it's not going to get to where it's going, after you submit this application, you can call up and put on a secondary mailing address. And you can just let them know, hey, I don't have a secure mailbox, send it here. But for the sake of this application, let's put your home address here. Of course, that is going to include, city, state, and zip. And then we get into type of business. So I mentioned that term sole proprietor before. Yes, that's exactly what you are. You are a sole proprietor. Things like partnerships or corporations, even LLCs, all of those have to be filed and formed. I know how to do that. It's actually a service that I plan to offer in the future. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link down below to a wait list. I think in a couple of months you'll start hearing me talk more about that. But for everybody who's just going to be signing up using your name and your social security number, let's pick sole proprietor. And then moving on to the business phone number, again, just put your cell phone number. You don't have to go create like a different Google Voice number, or you don't have to like go get a secondary phone. It is just your normal personal cell phone number. And for tax ID, you are going to use your social security number here. You are backing up this credit card. You're on the line for the money, for the line of credit. It's you applying. It's just you applying as a business using your social security number. For number of employees, let's go ahead and just put 1 for yourself. Employees, like actual hired employees, W-2, they require payroll. That means you have a payroll service, you onboarded them. For 90% of the people out here watching this video, you're just gonna put 1 here. And then they ask for the annual business revenue. And it's okay to estimate if this is like your first year of business. Let's say you're, bringing in like $1,000 one month, $500 the next, maybe around the holidays you have a really big month. So you can kind of estimate. This will dictate a little bit on how much you get as a credit limit. So again, kind of do some projections or go ahead and use your own records. And then they ask number of years in business. So again, I'm just going to put 1 here because it's a new business. They even give you some guidance on if you're wondering, okay, I'm just starting out, what do I put? And then the last piece of business information is like the type of business you are. Without getting too in the weeds, there's something called like a business code basically. And banks want to know specifically what type of business you're doing. Some businesses they don't want to have anything to do with. When I opened up a business checking account with Chase, they said I had the wrong code. They actually, called me. I had to go into a branch. We had to change the code. So I wouldn't worry so much for the sake of this line of credit. I want you to pick what you think fits best. For me, I'm going to put education, educational services. I'm making YouTube videos, podcasts, blog posts. You can see now they try to ask me like, oh, well, do you teach for like a college or something like that? And you can just pick other schools and instruction. And then if they ask, okay, well, what's this for? They want me to narrow it down. I don't really agree with any of these. I might pick like, preparation and tutoring, So pick miscellaneous, pick something that fits. Just make sure you're being honest and you're as accurate as possible. Okay, up next, they're going to ask for your personal information. Now, again, this is going to overlap quite a bit, especially if you're using your home address like I recommended. There's going to be a box you could check. They just need to know who you are, and they want basically all that same information all over again. For title, just go ahead and put owner. Like if you actually formed an LLC, you might have to put something else like member, but if you're the only employee, if it's just you, just put owner. I am going to check the box that my home address is the same as the business address. And what you're going to notice is it's, at least in this application, it's going to like make that secondary like duplicate information disappear. So right there, it kind of got rid of the business address boxes when you check the home address is the same. But they're going to ask for you for some personal information like your date of birth, again, your phone number. They even ask for some security questions like your mother's maiden name, your email address, that social security number one more time, and then total gross income. Now that's household income. So if this little side business of yours is only bringing in, like I said before, like $12,000 a year, like $1,000 a month, but you have another job, or your spouse has another job, your partner has another job, you can take all that money and add it up and put that there. So for example, I'm just going to use round numbers like 100,000 plus the 12,000 we mentioned before, so I'm going to put 112,000. Just so you know, the banks can ask you to like provide tax information. You don't have to if they ask for it, but they can request it. So again, just be honest with that number there. Go ahead and check no if any portion of your revenue is non-taxable. You'll know if it is, and if you're not sure, you can talk with like your accountant or your tax person. And then remember, for my Southwest Companion Pass people, we are filling out this business credit card application first so that you could get the sign-up bonus and be on your way to getting the Companion Pass. So it is going to, and I'm going to point this out right here, tell you to add your Rapid Rewards number. And it even says if you don't have one, they're just going to create one for you as soon as you submit this application. So please go ahead and find it and put it in, or if you don't have one, it'll create a number for you. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This is all one-page application. There's some e-sign disclosures. There's the pricing, the terms and conditions, and they just want you to check that box down at the bottom that says you have read them all and that you agree. And then, of course, last little thing to do is to hit submit. Okay, well, congratulations. You just applied for a business credit card, and usually what happens is you're going to get like one of two screens. It is going to approve you instantly, congratulations, and it'll let you know that you can expect your card in the mail in like a few business days. Now, I gotta say that doesn't happen to everybody. It's actually more uncommon than it is common, because sometimes they just need to kind of do their own due diligence. So if you got a second screen that says like, we need a little bit more time, well, then what you could do is simply wait. I want the computer, the algorithm to just go ahead and do its thing, and hopefully within a couple of business days, you're going to get approved and that card will come in the mail. However, there is that third option of you didn't get approved. Now, there is a reconsideration line. If you find out you get something in the mail and you want to call that number and just sort of kind of like do a vibe check, see what they're asking questions about, maybe ask them why you didn't get approved, if you could provide any additional information. However, I wouldn't call that number until you know for certain that you were not approved. A couple of key takeaways. Business credit cards are available to the general public when you have that side hustle, that gig work, if you're an independent contractor or sole proprietor. By simply applying using your first and last name as your business name and your social security number, you can kind of open up a whole new world of perks, points, and miles. Now remember that they do a personal hard credit inquiry, and it is usually, like for this type of card, a good idea to know two things. If you have a credit score that is 700, 720 and above, that's more likely to get you approved. And secondly, that you have not opened 5 or more credit cards across any issuers if you're applying specifically for a Chase credit card like the one I went over in this video. For those of you that did come to this video from the Companion Pass video, you are one step closer to getting that Companion Pass, but be sure to check out my free ebook, link down below in the description for a copy of that. That'll walk you through that suggested timeline and what steps are necessary after you've gotten approved for the business card. There are tons of resources available like this on my website. We're talking YouTube videos, podcasts, blog posts, so be sure to check those out. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at richsmithED. You've been posting there multiple times per week, and I would love to have you there, so thanks. Also, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. All right, as always, I'm Rich, and until next time.